Someone said, Lake Como in Italy is overrated. I had never been. Neither had my Russian mom. So we decided to find out for ourselves. This video is our first time experience doing a day trip from Milan to Lake Como. And here is what we discovered. We are in Verona, Lake Como. And we arrived with this train.
We're actually staying in Milan, but we decided to go to Lake Como for a day trip. Verona is actually very close to Milan, just about an hour by train. There is a direct train from the Milan Central train station, Milano Centrale, to Lake Como, Verona. Such trains depart roughly once every hour from about 6:20 a.m. to 9:20 p.m., totaling about 16 departures per day. So it doesn't really make sense to rent a car for such a day trip. And more than this, public transportation is very safe in Europe. And the ride wasn't very bumpy. It was fun. When you arrive in Verona, you have basically two choices. You can stay in Verona, or you can go to another city called Bellagio by ferry. We chose the second option, and while we were waiting for the ferry, we explored Verona a little bit.
Wow. We are going to Bellagio on a ferry. What is your first impression about Lake Como?
Very big, very famous, but many
Weddings.
in Como. Mountains with snow, beautiful house, beautiful people from different
Countries here. It's nice. It's crazy actually that I met somebody from San Francisco here, because yeah, it's pretty far away, right? Yeah. Did you understand what they asked you?
Every word.
Yeah, really? Every word? It's nice.
But today is cold and hard wind.
Hard wind. And my phone fell on a tripod onto the floor and broke. Wait, I will show them. Mom, show them. I just repaired it before this trip and it broke again. So, yeah. You see? But it works, but it's kind of broken. No. But I have a guy in San Jose who repairs my phone pretty often. So we'll go to him and he will repair it. The lavender stone. They smell so good. It's for the car.
We have lots of these stones in Italy. Good morning. This is a volcanic rock soaked in lavender. The reason why we use it is because first, we have lots of these stones in Italy, so they are very easy to find. And second, they have a very important property. They are porous. They can soak essences, perfumes, and diffuse them in time. So it's a nice way to do it. We try to use natural components in your wardrobe, in your suitcase, in your bathroom, if you want your restroom, or just it's a nice way to give a good perfume, to give a good scent.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I will buy the stones. 1 for 3, 2 for 5.
You're gonna make a report.
A vlog. Travel vlog.
Buongiorno.
Lavender candles. Soy wax. It's not paraffin. It's soy wax.
you have-
Paraffin candles are very not healthy, but soy candles. So we had coffee and latte macchiato and hot chocolate here at this cafe. It's called Food and Drink, and it was amazing. They have very good coffee and hot chocolate. But just one tip: when you take hot chocolate, also order hot water and put it into the hot chocolate. Order it without cream and put hot water into the hot chocolate, because otherwise it's too sweet, but with the hot water it's just perfect. Mom, what are you looking at?
Со мной тетя разговаривает.
Да? А как она
Мне
строится?
понравилась одна, как скрипка.
Oh,
Leather beside you
it's a very special piece.
yes
It will be in my vlog.
My friend
play the violin. My violin is particular.
Right?
This is Joyeria Fiorentina,
Uh-huh. Is it an Italian brand?
Italian brand made in Tuscany, and this is very strong leather. This is Boldrini, another brand. In this case, for example, you can close in one way or in the other way, because there is magnetic.
What is this magnetic?
Magnetic is this close.
Uh-huh.
You can close.
Ah, magnetic.
Magnetic.
Yeah,
And you
wow.
can close like this or like this.
How much is this one?
Allora, this one is the Penta 230.
230. It's made in Italy.
All made in
Not
Italy.
in China.
No, absolutely. Leather and made in Italy.
Mom, you remember you started telling me the story how you wanted to go to Italy. Wow, so nice. So you watched this cooking show by Silvia Cologne, or
Колодки.
Колодки?
Колодки.
and you liked it.
She's Italianish.
Italianish,
Woman.
uh-huh.
Italianish woman.
Uh-huh.
She prepare delicious Italian food
Uh-huh.
and
Makes.
makes video.
Mhm.
Video.
Mhm.
And I always watch this video with Silvia Kalocki, and she is very emotional and
I would say like charismatic.
charismatic.
Yeah.
And she go to the market and buy Parmigiano,
Parmigiano,
oregano,
Basilicum.
basilico, and speak Italian language. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Impressive.
Impressive. And
Expressive.
I like it. And I want to go to Italy and with you.
So
Eat delicious.
you said it to the
food.
universe. The universe. I want to go to Italy,
Да.
but the universe's name is Bitcoin. Universe Bitcoin, because the universe cannot pay for your
And
holiday. Right?
I dreamed about. I feel. Нет, мечтал.
Dreamt.
Dreamt about. Как мы будем ходить с тобой по улице.
Us walking along the street.
Да, walk along the street with my daughter and tasty delicious food. And now I'm with my daughter. We walking along the street and tasty, delicious food, and we are very happy.
Yes. And Mama, and then a friend of yours has a travel agency, right? Travel agency. She's your friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she told my mom that she's organizing a cruise with the Russians. Yeah? And my
Cruise. And I make a visa to America.
yeah, my mom was like, no, I cannot go now because I'm already making an American visa.
And long time.
Long time.
7 months.
Yeah, 7 months, but the American visa took so long that we actually thought that my mom will not get it. So we were very sad and we missed each other. My mama missed me even more, I think. Oh no, I missed more. So my mom was sad. Okay, the visa doesn't work out because in Russia you cannot apply for the visa. You have to go to a different country to apply.
When I told them, let's go to the cruise in Italy.
Okay, if it doesn't work out with the States, then we will go to Italy.
Yeah.
And then she booked the whole group. They've been planning this trip, this cruise trip, for 1 year, and my mom did it all. The travel agency owner organized everything for my mom in 1 month or in 2 weeks.
1 week.
1 week. 1 week. In 1 week.
Make visa, Italian visa, and buy and bron.
Book everything, the hotels and everything.
Hotel.
Yeah.
And we все проплатили.
We paid for everything.
На собеседование.
And when we already paid for the Italian trip, my mom paid for herself, I paid for myself. My mom got a phone call from a different travel agency that she got an appointment for an interview at an American consulate in which city?
Bishkek.
Kyrgyzstan.
Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah.
4,000 kilometers from my home.
Yes.
Two flights.
2 flights.
2 flights.
2 planes.
Very expensive.
Yes. And then my mom comes to Bishkek. She has her interview and she gets her visa.
I have American visa.
Yeah. And then they take her passport and they say
No, I think that I 2 days in Bishkek. I make and take American visa and come back.
and go to Italy.
I go to Italy, but I not take my passport with visa. I live in Bishkek 1 week.
Yeah, because they take your passport and they need some time to stamp the visa, to put the visa into your passport. And you basically, usually they can send your passport to your home, but in order to fly back home, my mama needs her passport. And she cannot fly without her passport, but she already had the tickets back. So she had to return the tickets and stay there for 1 week, right? And to wait for her passport. And she lost. Monday.
In Monday I take my passport.
Yeah.
Спустя 6 дней.
After 6 days later.
Потому что выходные все были.
6 days, and it's like it was a long weekend, and my mom had to wait, and she booked a hotel, and she had to change her hotel, and she only took outfits for 2 days, and she had to stay there for the whole week. So yeah, she waited, and then on Monday she got her passport with the visa back.
Come back. Сколько?
She had
24
to buy
я ехала домой.
She had to buy new tickets, new plane tickets, two tickets, right? One ticket to Moscow and then from Moscow.
Fly from Bishkek to Moscow, from Moscow to Minerальная вода, and then I drive my car to home 6 hours, and I stayed home 3 days.
Pack my things.
Pack my things and fly to Italy.
Crazy. And so you were on your way 30 hours. The way back 30
hours.
And how was it to come here to Italy? How long? You had to drive again to Mineral.
Again, 6 hours for train.
You left your car at the train station?
No, my car at home.
But wait, I mean when you go to Italy.
In Italy, in Bishkek, in Minvode, and to Italy from Sochi.
So you didn't have to drive 6 hours for Italy?
No.
You only had to drive 6 hours there and back for the visa, for the American visa. Okay.
When I come to Italy, it's another airport, another town, because in my town airport is closed.
Yeah, it's closed. So my mom had to take a taxi, right?
I take a taxi from my home
to the train station.
And I go to train 7 hours to Sochi, and fly from Sochi to Armenia, Yerevan, 2 hours, and stayed in Yerevan 8 hours. 8 hours. And спустя 8. And 8 hours later, I fly once more in another flight, and fly 4 hours. 4 hours to Italy. Была смена часовых поясов.
Yeah, it was a change of like time zone, different time zone. Yeah, and my mom got dropped at the airport. She arrived at 3 at night, right?
At 2 at night, and my hotel booking this night my hotel is booking and wait me
For me.
and I take taxi and went to my hotel. That's all, and I sleep.
Yeah, but what happened in the taxi?
What happened?
You paid?
I paid $100, and I wait
In cash. It was just one shine. 100.
Я ждала.
I waited
I
for the
waited
change for $40.
But my driver
He drove off.
drove over and say me bye bye.
And there was another guy in the car, right?
Huh?
There was another guy in the car. So basically, my mom was in the car with the driver and with another guy who also just arrived from. Yeah, they wanted to share the price of the taxi. And my mom thought that first the taxi driver will drive my mom and then home to the hotel and then the guy. But he at first drove the guy and then he drove my mom. You were not afraid
No, because I make photo
of the license plate, and of the driver?
of the driver, of his face and his car, and I say him that I shipped photo for you and for my sent, and for my husband. I have not husband.
Imaginary husband.
Oh. And then
But
I
you should
went-
really send it when you go to a taxi always, like the license plate. And you know, guys, you should also check the child's lock when you go into the taxi, because if the child's lock is locked, you cannot open the door. They cannot let you out. Yeah, but it all turned out well. So basically,
and I sleep in my hotel 5 hours, and I wait my daughter.
it was my mom's birthday. So basically, they robbed her on her birthday. And then, but I came, and then my mom just let go. It all good. Basically, it was the survivor's mindset that it was a lesson for us, right in the beginning of the trip, to be careful, right?
Be careful.
Yeah,
Really.
really.
Because I think the driver said I like look. I like look as his mom.
You look like my mom. You remind me of my mom. But don't trust
I don't think, что он обманет меня.
that he is cheat. I don't know how to say it. I will write it. That he robs me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know actually, because you think that all people are like you, like honest people, you know. Because we in our circle we don't have such people. So and you kind of think that everybody's like you, but there are bad people, and we got to be careful.
It was lesson. I paid for my lesson. It was lesson. It was a lesson for me and for my. I asked about it for my daughter, and it was lesson for me, for my daughter, and all people.
And also for you guys now. So
Be careful. Be careful in another country.
Yeah, and write in the comments, did you also have such an experience when you were traveling abroad? Yeah, because I had such an experience when I was 20. I went to the States for the work and travel program, and it was the same situation. I also, he charged me, a taxi driver, he charged me like $300 or something, but then later I found out that this ride actually costs around $100, so not 300. So this is why you should be careful and write in the comments, did you also have such a bad experience to warn others? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. My mom wanted to see the sound of the church bells, and we were waiting and waiting for 15 minutes, and then it was 2 times very short, and then bam bam, and she took her phone out of the pocket. She was ready to film, but she didn't make it. And now we will go eat pasta. There were girls and they were eating the pasta, and I came to them and I asked them, hey, where did you buy this pasta from? And they told me here, and they told me it's very good. Truffle pasta and carbonara. Все, пойдем. Anna. Truffle carbonara. The smell is so amazing. It smells. If I could send it to you guys, this smells so good. Oh, my grandma had this, how you call it, when she was selling vegetables on the market. Rigatoni. This is, Mom, что это oil? Oil. This oil is from Dubai. My mom always brings this oil from Dubai. And this time she didn't go by herself. A friend of hers brought it. Mom, how many did you buy?
I don't remember.
But you brought once. You brought like 10 of those, right? Or 5?
5 or 6.
5 or 6. The smell is so amazing.
Duty free.
Duty free? She buys it duty free. But which? But we cannot see which one.
10 каких-то там этих, я не помню, чего.
I don't know if you can see it. But there is also a box for this, but we don't have the box right now. Давай, мамуль. Bon appétit! And, Mom, do you like it? So guys, if you are on a tight budget, you can go to the supermarket and buy a beer or an Aperol Spritz there. Interesting that a lot of shops do not allow to take pictures and videos. If you know why, can you explain it to me? Because it's basically free marketing, I think. Because people watch it and then they also want to come and then they come and buy something. And we also buy. We're not just looking. And sometimes I come in to take a picture or to make a video and I end up buying stuff. So I didn't plan to, but it's an impulsive buy. So this is why I think that they should allow it. Papier-mâché? The ducks. So now I think our plan is to find a nice location for the sunset to drink Aperol Spritz, right? Right, это значит да, right? Right. Si. I learned a couple of Italian words. Ciao, prego, grazie mille, bella, tutto bene. And what else?
Давай.
Si.
Будем сыр показывать?
Нет. Si. Buenas, in the evening, как они говорят, не bon dia, как-то по-другому. Buonasera. Tomorrow we have the last breakfast at our hotel, and tomorrow we're renting out a car and we're going to a different city. We're driving. And Mom, by the way, I don't have the international driving license. And you have. You will probably have to drive.
I never drive car in another country.
You never drove a car?
Yes. In my country, I drive a car 25 years. I send it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes. It's clever.
But in another country, I never drive a car. I don't know how I drive a car. I think my daughter. I think about it tomorrow.
Yes. Are you afraid? Are you afraid to drive a car in Italy?
No.
No. But maybe I can also drive. I don't know. We have to ask them. When we pick up the car tomorrow, когда заберем машину, мы спросим, можно мне будет или нет. I will ask them if I can drive at my Californian driving license, but I don't know. I feel so stupid that I didn't do the international. I was international driving license. I was so sure that I can drive with my American driver's license in Italy. Like American, they can drive everywhere. But we don't know. Я думаю, хватит уже, мам, уже сняли.
Чистенький, помытый.
It's no Audi. It's no Audi.
You'll never see
It's
the
no Audi Q5.
You'll never see the transmission in the picture.
It's no Audi Q5, John.
Bye bye, Bellagio. You were so beautiful and nice to us. Thank you. The tickets? Our tickets look like this. Nice. Thank you. By the way, I met here a lot of Americans who study in Italy. So some of them are doing an exchange program, like half a year or a year in Italy, and some of them are doing the full bachelor's here. And I talked to many actually. Yeah, and then I told them that in Germany the higher education is free, and they were like, "Oh wow, really?" But I was like, "Yeah, but if you can afford to study in Italy, then do it, because the weather is better." Yes, so as far as I understood, 1 year tuition costs around 10 to 15,000 euros here in Italy, it's only the tuition fees. It's still much cheaper than in the States here. But they are all so fun because they were talking. Like, for example, the guys I just met, I was standing in the line waiting for the ferry, and they were talking, like maybe 5 guys, students, and they were just like, oh, we were so hammered, so, and I was like, guys, what does it mean to be hammered? And they were just like, to be drunk. And then they told me the story when they were drunk and what happened. Totally friendly. Then I told them, yeah, like our stories, and then I told them my story, not my story, but it's a story of a friend. She went to the shop and she was looking for some hooks, like hooks or hangers to hang the towels on them. And she went to the store and she was like, how can I find hookers? Instead of hooks, she said hookers, and they laughed like loud a lot. And then I told them, like, with this piece of sheet of paper or sheet of paper, and they also laughed so hard. Yes. Yeah. Also, what they told me that some of them study in English in Italy. Yeah. So you don't even have to know Italian. Yeah. I'm searching.